everyone, welcome to Love and Lock Talk. This is your girl V, and this is episode 14. And this week we are discussing threesomes. And right now I'm here with my co-host April Love.
Hey everybody, how's it going, V?
It is going great. How about you? Not believable.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I'm having issues. I'm having technical issues. I'm like not happy about this right now. For those of you that don't know what's going on with me, I have tested out a new microphone and everything was working great earlier, and now the shit just ain't working at all. So I'm a little distraught. But
yeah, you can hear it in your voice.
I'm trying to pull through. I'm trying. But how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. You know, life is what it is. Shoot, I mean, not too much is happening. And not too much is not happening. I don't know. I'm just in the middle, you know. I'm just kind of going with the flow with it. So it's going.
That's pretty much what we're all doing, basically. Just floating through life, waiting to see what's gonna change.
Well, I was just telling my friend today, like, I don't even know how to make plans outside of a 2-week, time frame, because it's like you don't know what's going on. So
that's funny that you said that, because my husband and I were just talking about saying, fuck it, we're going away on a family vacation. And, I just thought about it more and I was like, you know what, never mind. I don't even want to go, because who knows what it's going to be like by that time. And I don't want to book the trip and then we shut down again. So it's like, let's just do home improvements, because this year is canceled. This year is canceled for vacations. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be testing the waters next weekend. And hopefully we make it through. And it's not even like a real big vacation. It's just, a trip away. But it's just like, you just don't know what is going on. Are you gonna get sick? Are you gonna run into a Karen? You don't know what's gonna happen.
Karens are everywhere.
You don't have your mask on.
Right? I cannot with the Karens, but let's just hope that's not the case. I hope that, your trip actually happens and you have a good time. Somebody needs to. Well, with that being said, let's talk about how far are you willing to go for your significant other? Now, this can mean anything. This can mean sexually. This can mean legally. This can mean a lot of things. How far? What boundaries are you not willing to cross, April Love, for your man?
Anything that makes me uncomfortable, just flat out. If it makes me uncomfortable, I don't know that I'm, willing to do that. But it's a lot of times when we have these conversations, I tend to say in it, and I probably sound like a broken record, because obviously it's like it's dependent upon the circumstances, but you just never really know. You know what I'm saying? You never really know what you're willing to do until you're in that situation. I know people, like, I'm just thinking, like, what if my man came home and he had a body in the back of the truck?
Not a body.
But like, you don't know what be going on. And then I would be like, oh, wow. Like, I don't know. I don't really know how I would react. I can say that, I would be like, no, negative. Or I would be like, okay, well, let's call the police. You got to deal with that. So I don't know. It's just whatever. For me, it's whatever. It's up until the point I feel uncomfortable. And it's up to the point where I feel uncomfortable, or I think I think, would you do this for me? And if I don't do this for me, then it's like a flat out no. Like, no, that's not what we're doing. What about you, B?
I'm not, I agree. It's the comfort level. I can't say that I haven't gone farther than I ever thought I would for a man, because I've done some dumb shit for niggas, like just being in love. Yeah. So, but now I would have to say, I mean, for my husband, I'm going to the end of the earth. But it's just like I said, like if I were a single person and being who I am now, I wouldn't be going too far. Like, I'm very cautious of, same thing. Would you do this for me? Is this you playing me because I'm in love and you're having me do dumb shit? Sexually, how far am I going for my man? I'm going anywhere he wants to go. Like, there's no limits there. It can be fun when you push the limits and experience new boundaries for yourself.
So what you're saying is, because we had to talk about anal. So what you're saying is, if that was your man's thing, then you would hop on that bandwagon.
I wouldn't try it for him. It's not something that I'm jumping up and down excited about. But if that's something that he really wanted to try, I would have to be on board and try it. I can't, reject my husband of a desire that he might have. Gotta compromise. Figure that out. So thank God that that's not his thing, because it would be rough. But if it was, I would be willing to.
Why are you walking like that?
Miserable. I would be miserable as fuck. But yeah, I mean, whenever the man that you're with suggests something or asks for something and it's not life or death, what's wrong with giving it a shot?
You know what? You're better than me. I will say that. You're better than me, because I just have not reached that level of, you want to try anal, because that is a thing. Guys be trying to try anal, and I'm just not. I won't. I will not. But see, if I was married, I don't know, because then I think it changes the dynamics a bit. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really call it, because I'm not married, but right now, just being in a relationship, if there was something even sexually, so if there's a dead body, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But sexually, if it's something that I don't feel comfortable with, then it's a no-go. I don't care.
Wow.
I know.
Standing strong in your convictions. I mean, I feel you though. I mean, if it's not your thing, then it's just not your thing and you ain't with it. That's cool too. It just depends on, the type of person you are and what you're willing to do to make your partner happy. And obviously that ain't April F. Swiss, and she ain't willing to do that. So
thank you. But no, it's also like I said, I think about it. Are you willing to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I had some like crazy fantasy where I wanted to put a strap on and do some wild stuff? Like, if you ain't gonna be with that, nah, because that's not gonna.
No, that's a little different. That's a little different. You hold on a second.
No,
so you would be. I mean, you wouldn't expect a man to have anal strap on because he's not into men. He's not into something going up his ass. I know you're not. I know you're not willing to have something go up your ass, but you're into men. So that's kind of like I don't know. That's a little different.
I think it's a matter of if that was my fantasy, if that's something that I desired to do, right? Because at the end of the day, anal sex is something that they would be, or my man would be desiring to do with me. It doesn't have to, we could have sex without doing that, just like we could have sex without me putting on my strap-on dildo if I had one. But what I'm saying is, if that was a desire of mine and that was uncomfortable for him, do I think he would do that? No, I don't think he would.
No, he would not do that. And if he was willing to do that, then you have a conversation waiting after it's complete. Like, so what's going on? Are we bi? Are we?
Wow, I didn't know he was going to be for this.
Careful what you ask for, because you never know. I think about be like, okay.
Nah, I think it would be uncomfortable, and I think it would be a no-go. And that's all I'm saying is if I know there are things that would be uncomfortable for, my man, I wouldn't expect him to do those things. And I feel like, the respect needs to carry over to me. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I gotta bust my ass wide open for a real one. If I'm scared that I'm gonna be walking different, or my bowels are gonna be dropping out of my ass without me, wanting them to. So that's all I'm saying. If it makes me uncomfortable, then no, I can. There's a little test there, but for certain stuff like that, anal, that's probably been a hard no for me.
So let's shift gears and say, your man is into robbing banks, and he wants you to be on the team. Are you willing to ride? Are you willing to ride with him and go ahead and rob them banks? Or, is that a no? Because that's an uncomfortable situation. That's an uncomfortable position to be put in. You're asking me to do a federal crime and I could possibly go to jail. So are we doing this? Because
You know what? You're making me sound like I'm not a ride or die.
I'm not. I'm just asking a question, sis. That is it. Because it can't always be about sex. I mean, how far are you willing to go for this man?
You're right. If he wanted to rob banks, no, that's a no-go. And then the reason, and no, if he wanted to rob banks and he had the shit on lock, cool. But for me, no. And the only reason why I can say that a guaranteed no is because I have kids, and I have younger kids. So it's like there's a lot of risk there. Now, if I was single, you know what I'm saying? And we robbing banks, we living our lives, we bouncing around. Cool. But now, you got kids, you gotta sit down. The kids make you sit down a little bit. And I just couldn't be that risque out here. I couldn't be risking it all, because I'd be, my kids they'll be all distraught, grow up all fucked up, talking about my mama. My mama was trying to be a Bonnie and Clyde bitch, and she left us out here. She doing jail time with her little lesbian her lover in the
her little Miss Cleo.
Right. Yeah, so nah, I don't need my kids on that type of time. But if I did not have kids, I think I'd probably be one of those people that'd be like, okay, are you sure you good? You done this before? Yeah, babe, I done this. We've been out here doing it. All right, what you need me to do? You need me to run up in there and act like, make a scene? All right, cool.
Well, I will be first to say I am not robbing nobody's bank. I am not. We are not doing that. Jail is not for me. It will never be for me. I don't know what it's like in there, but I'm not trying to find out. And that's just that. Like, too many variables when it comes to crime. And when other people are involved, people get scared, people start talking, and I would be the first one to go. Just my luck. So that I just stay away. You don't want to include me because I'm gonna fuck some shit up. So the answer is no. Not
so
committing
you would snitch. So what would you be with a man who was robbing banks and stuff? Like, let's say your husband said he wanted a career change and start robbing banks. Would you be like, okay, let's I'll let you do it. I'm not going to be involved, but you can go ahead and you could do it. I'll keep the money here.
First of all, my husband talks about robbing banks all the time. Okay, like he be joking, but he talks about it a lot, a little bit too close to comfort for me. But he's been talking about robbing banks since we met. So no, for a fact that I would not be with somebody who robs banks, like who does crime, period. And I know about it. The fact is, I'm with you because I want to be with you. I want to be my partner, which means I need you here. So if you're risking your and possibly about to do Fed time, I'm not going to have my man. And I can't live my life like that. Like, what is the point in us being in a relationship knowing that you could be going to Rikers Island at any second because you out here committing crimes? Like, it's just,
you're gonna be balling. You're gonna be balling.
No, we're already balling. We're already balling. Let's not get it confused. My husband owns his own HVAC company, and he's very, very successful. So no, we don't gotta rob banks. And I wouldn't be with somebody who did. Like, there would definitely be an ultimatum if that were the case.
Okay. So there's just what you feel comfortable with. It's basically what it is. You ain't comfortable with no crimes. I'm not comfortable with no anal.
Facts. And on that note, we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we'll get into the weekly dirt. Stay tuned. Hey y'all, welcome back to Love and Lock Talk, and this week we are discussing threesomes. But before we get into our topic of the week, let's get into this weekly dirt. What do you have for us this week, April Love?
All right, y'all, I'm April Love, and this is our weekly dirt. So we have a few congrats in order for Raven Simone and Fabulous and Emily. Raven recently announced that she is married, so I guess congrats to her. She found somebody that is willing and ready to put up with everything that she has to offer, so good for her. Fabulous, the rapper Fabulous, and his girl Emily announced that they are expecting a baby girl. Yeah, so I guess there's going to be a lot of Rona babies out there. A lot of Rona babies. And I just wanted to kind of throw this one in here because we recently talked about, I think his name is Carl Crawford, from Evelyn's ex from Basketball Wives. I recently read that he's being sued for $1 million for a fatal pool drowning in his pool. And I'm just like, dang, when it rains, it pours. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, that's wild. But apparently a 5-year-old and an adult drowned last month in his pool. So sorry to hear that for his fam. I don't know how that all works. Like, I don't know how I would, if somebody drowned or a family member drowned, like why I would sue the persons that has the pool. Do you know?
Well, it's that liability factor. You host a pool party, everybody expects to be safe. Unless there's, probable cause of them possibly being intoxicated and just, but you shouldn't have an unattended child and it just shouldn't happen on your property. Anything that happens on your property, you're liable for, unfortunately. That's why I don't like having
Yeah,
a lot of people over
right?
my house, because you never know.
But even still, like, I'm just trying to see how I would even come to that conclusion. Like, if, my child, or if anybody, a loved one, drowned in somebody's pool, I just don't see where I would think like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sue you for that, because pool drownings are so accidental. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't plan that in a million years. And obviously I would never think that the person, unless I saw them push my loved one in the pool, would want that. So I just couldn't see myself being like, yeah, I'm gonna sue them. I don't care if they were rich or not. That's wild. Anyway, moving on. News recently broke that the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania is agreeing to review Bill Cosby's appeal. Do you think that he should be out free at this point? And how long has he been locked up?
It's been a few years. I don't know exactly how long, but hey, why not? It's like, why not? He only got a few years left. Let's just let him out. What he did was back in the day. It's not like it was recent. If that was the case, all these celebrities should be locked up, because they've all done some shit. Bill's just happened to come out, and he served time and it's done. Let him out. Shit.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's still kicking. I know that was a concern of people, like, dang, I think he was like going blind, and you're like, yo, he's not gonna make it. Bill's not gonna make it, and he has made it. He's still trying to get out. So I'm with you. I'm kind of like, that industry, it always had that kind of sexual stigma to it. Like, people was doing wild shit, and like you said, that was back in the day. I mean, he's pretty old. I mean, this has already done a lot of damage to him, on a financial level. So it's not like him being free would mean that he's kind of getting off on some shit. This is embarrassing. So he's gonna have to live with that. You know what I'm saying? People looking at him like, yo, you're a fucking sick fucking date rape motherfucker. Like, I don't, just let him go on. Moving on, NBA young boy is just, this young man just really be going through it. I mean, he just be having all types of, if it ain't the females, I mean, he just looks angry all the time. But recently, the OG Jay Prince made a video saying that he had some of NBA's items that were stolen from his house. He was on the video with car keys and umbrellas and shit. NBA was not feeling that and responded with a video saying that he don't like all that for the cameras and publicity shit. If you got something for him, you know how to reach out to him. So Jay Prince responded to that by saying that NBA took his kindness for weakness and that he was a dumb boy with limited thinking ability. And I guess, he's trying to be as respectful as possible because he's cool with NBA's brother. My question to you, V, is after looking at the comments, there were a lot of young folks that thought Jay Prince was doing the video for clout. And some of the older folks who are familiar with Jay Prince was like, nah, that's, if y'all knew who he was, y'all wouldn't be saying that, blah 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 blah. do you think that Jay Prince was making a statement by making that video saying that he had NBA's stuff? Do you think he was doing it for clout, or what do you think the purpose was?
If you're familiar with Jay Prince, you know that he does nothing for clout. Jay Prince is you don't, that's not who you want to fuck with. Like, everybody knows that, and he don't need to do nothing for clout because everybody knows what he's about. So if he's making a video about something, which he usually stays super low key, then yeah, he's making a statement. And that's it. Like, you need to respect it, or, you know, get whatever you have coming to you.
Well, I think I agree. I think he was making a statement by it, and I most definitely could see why NBA was not happy with it. Now, we may not know exactly what the statement is. Maybe NBA knows what the statement is supposed to mean. I don't know, but I'm kind of like NBA. Like, you know, Jay Prince is low key. So to come on with a video like, look, I got your stuff, and you can make phone calls, it's kind of like you really sunning NBA. I don't know what NBA did.
Obviously something.
He did something that we don't know about, because I was just kind of like, yeah, you could have just made the call and said, hey, I have your stuff here. So I don't know what's going on, but I hope that NBA plays easy out there in them streets. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is about. But yeah, hopefully it's good. And in other news about NBA, it looks like Yaya finally left him. Mm-hmm. So hopefully somebody talks some sense into her. Maybe that is the thing. Maybe somebody in her camp was like, this little man getting out of hand. He getting out of hand out there. We may you to sun him real quick. So I don't know, but shoot, like I said, when it rains, it pours on people. Shoot, your girl left you. You getting robbed. You getting sunned on social media. Like, it's too much. It's just too much.
It's a lot.
But moving on, last but not least, let's talk about Tamar and K. Michelle. So apparently Tamar was doing some interview and was asked if she would work with K. Michelle, and she did her normal theatric stuff to say that she would not. And K. Michelle, being K. Michelle, wasn't feeling it and decided to just throw a bit of tea out there to say that Tamar was messing with Jermaine Dupri's daddy, and that his mama, the mammy, was going in on her on an elevator. Now, people, I think they kind of maybe had thought that K. Michelle was just saying some shit, but the brat confirmed said story. She just wants to clarify it wasn't Jermaine's mama. It was his stepmama at the time. and
to be clear.
Yeah, to be clear. It was not his stepmama. And she was basically like, she had enough, and it went down on that elevator. Now, I mean, can we take away from that the brat may not like Tamar? Because did she really need to confirm that? Did she need to add on to that? I mean,
she didn't. She clearly doesn't like her. She's just adding more tea to the pot. She's just being extra and being real messy. Because where did you even come from? Like, who asked you?
Well, she said on the elevator. and she is on a radio show, and they do have Gary and the T, I believe. And that probably was something that came up. But yeah, I was like, these celebrities, they're real funny. You know what I'm saying? They be knowing each other's businesses, and they don't really be saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they like them or not, they just know some stuff they just don't say. So when you do have these celebrities that kind of spill the tea, it just is like, yeah, you probably really don't like them. But then I was wondering, when did this happen?
Right.
When
was she with Vince? Because she was with Vince forever.
That's what I'm saying. I need a timeline on this. Like,
yikes.
When did this happen? So it's like, when was you messing with somebody's daddy? What's going on? Yeah, and I don't know. I just think that I don't know why Tamar would do that, knowing K. Michelle is the way that she is. And I haven't seen no response from Tamar. Have you?
No. Tamar is taking the high road, clearly. She's like, child, please. I don't have time for this.
Is she taking the high road, or is she like, oh, I didn't know you knew about that?
I don't think so. Tamar's not one to back down. And I think that if it's not worth a response, she's not going to respond. I think that that's a bigger slap in the face than to get on social media and be all rah-rah about it.
Okay, well, yeah, I was actually wondering, like, what was going on. When K. Michelle said it, I could see her not responding, but then when the brat confirmed it, I was kind of like, oh, you just like, gonna let these spill your tea like that? Because now we got questions. Now I need to know when did this happen? Because you're right, she was in a long-term relationship.
Married. He was married to Vince for many, many, many years. So yeah, I mean, if that happened, Tamar is not confirming nor denying.
Well, that is all that I have this week. I'm April Love, and that was our Weekly Dirt.
Well, thank you so much, April Love, for the Weekly Dirt. And when we come back, we will get into our topic of the week, threesomes. So stay tuned. What's up, y'all? It's your girl V from Love Unlocked. And I just want to know, are you tired of online dating, clubs, and bars? How about try a Love Unlocked singles mixer? We host events in the DMV area in a fun and safe environment for you guys to meet face-to-face, play games, and get to know each other. And hey, you may even win a prize. Check us out at www.ilovelou.com for more information. Hey y'all, welcome back, and let's just get into it. Let's talk about these threesomes. So, I've never had one in my life. It was a bucket list item of mine when I was like in my early 20s, and I was like, all experimental and whatnot, and I really wanted to see what that was about, but never happened. So really, never.
Did you want a female and a guy, or did you want two guys?
No, I wanted two guys.
Oh, you wow.
And when I requested it at the time, I will never forget it. I actually wasn't even in my 20s. I was like 17. I was talking to these two twins. This dude, they were twins. And I knew that he had a twin brother, and I was just like, if y'all down, like, let's get it in, and let me talk to my brother. In it was a conversation, but it just never happened. I don't know why. It just didn't. I don't know if his brother was like, nah, I'm not fucking nobody with you. But yeah, no, I never got to experience it. So,
wow. Are you a freak?
I was a freak. I was. But now I cannot. Like, I talked to my husband about this. We talked about it, and I'm like, so what's up? I was like, about having a threesome? Like, is that something on your radar? Is that something coming later on that I'm going to be blown away by? Like, what's the deal? The fiery look in his eyes of just pure anger. I will never forget the look, because he was like, I guess, thrown off guard that I even asked. And he was like, I'll kill somebody. I can't even think about somebody touching you. So the answer is no. I don't want a threesome. He's like, you better not want one either. And I'm like, okay, well, no. So we good. But yeah, he's, you know, he's a Taurus, and he gets very fiery, and he's Puerto Rican, and that just makes it even worse. I won't bring that up again, but no, we are not into it. We're not looking to do it. But I understand that April Love has done it and is open to doing it.
I mean, yeah, why not? I think for me, when I think like now at this point, I think that it would have to be something where like as something very spontaneous. Like I couldn't see it being too planned. Now with my boyfriend now, we did talk about it early on in our relationship, and I remember he like saw this chick like that he thought looked good out on the street somewhere, and he exchanged numbers with her and told her, I guess, that me and him were interested in kicking it or whatever have you, but it didn't go anywhere. And I don't know, I think for me, it would be something like if it happened like on a vacation or something like that, then it would be okay, cool. But I don't know that I could do the two penises. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could be like, oh yeah, let me you take this home.
Well, I'm just not into women. Like I've never had like a desire to be with another woman. So that's why I was like, oh, this is going to be a male threesome. This is not going to be a woman deal. And, you know, now I would never, because like we talked about, anal is not on the table. And back then, I don't even think that I thought about the anal part. I was just like wanting to just be with both of these twins, but not anally. But I'm not into vagina, so I couldn't see myself having a threesome with a woman.
Well, I couldn't see myself having a threesome with a guy. I think that would just be like way too much going on for me, because then I would be like, okay, so I mean, I guess I could be sucking some dick and getting my shit rocked, but
yeah, that's how it would go. You would be sucking some dick, and you would be getting some dick from the back, and then y'all would switch and get some head, and you'd be sucking some dick, and it just be like a whole lot going on. But you know,
but I can't see a man that I'm with being okay with that. Like, I think they would be like, what the fuck?
See, let's talk about that double standard though, because why is it okay as long as they're not gay and they're not touching? Why does it matter? And furthermore, why is it like more so of a train woman, but then if it's two women, it's not a train? Like, I don't understand like how that's fair.
It's not fair, and you're right, it is a double standard, because and then this is also another thing to think about, and this is why I say at this point right now it would have to be something spontaneous, because I think that there is these double standards. Like, I can't see my man being okay with me sucking another dude's dick in front of his face. Like, I just
right,
like that would just be completely unacceptable. But there would be a thing of, oh yeah, here's Susie over here, babe. You wanna bring her ass up in here? I'll fuck her real in front of you, and you know it's all good. So yeah, there is complete double standard on that because people wouldn't be willing to do what they're uncomfortable with, but they want you to do it. And that's why I am firm in my stance and saying, no, if you wouldn't do that shit for me, then I wouldn't do that for you. But as it relates to a threesome, because I never wanted to juggle two dicks, it just seems like a lot of work. Because I've never wanted to juggle two dicks. Then if I did do a threesome, then it would be with a female, and I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that double standard. And
so you wouldn't mind watching your man fuck another bitch in front of you? That would not bother you at all?
No, that wouldn't bother. That wouldn't bother me in like a very spontaneous moment. But if you know, this is Susie down the street. Susie just lived down the street, and you hold on. Where you was out? You said you was ready to the store. Where you been at? You over there with Susie down the street? Yeah, I don't think I could do it if it's a local situation. If it's we could just call Susie. Hey, babe, you went call Susie over? Then I can't do that. But if it's spontaneous and it's just kind of like a one night little stand thing, then I'll be down with that type of threesome. And I don't think I would be in my feelings about a one night stand situation.
See, I would. I'm very possessive of my husband, and the thought of it drives me insane. Like, I wouldn't be able to. I don't care if it's a stranger, somebody that we knew. It wouldn't matter. I would not be able to get past it. It wouldn't even work. Like, I would be so selfish with him that she wouldn't even have a good time. So it's like, no, this is not going to work. I have been noticing that there have been a lot of polygamous relationships going on. I've been seeing a lot of it. Like, there's like straight up Insta pages of just polygamy and people sharing spouses and whatnot. People what are they calling them? Thruples. People are married with long-term in-house girlfriends, 5 years plus. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know this is a common thing that people are doing these days. So how would you feel if your husband wanted to have a third party join the relationship?
Well, growing up and having being a part of Islam, you do see that because that is accepted in terms of men having multiple wives. And I've never seen it where they are in-house wives type situations. Usually he would not get a second wife if he could not afford to take care of her in her own space. So I haven't seen it in-house. And with those type of situations, I don't know that I would be able to do that. Like I said, it's a lot different when it's something that could happen on a regular versus something that is a one-off thing, because that would be too much.
It's so messy.
But I think in those situations, because I do know a few people that were their parents were second wives or first wives, or they're familiar with that. I just think that if you all have an understanding and there is a respect level there, because let's face it, a lot of women are being cheated on anyway without consenting to it or not. That's a thing. We know it. There's a lot of men, whether you wanted it to happen or not, there's a lot of men out there that are being shared, voluntarily and involuntarily. So they're making it official. They're just saying, stand, look, bitch, you was gonna get cheated on anyway, so let's not do this. Let's be respectful about it. I'm gonna take care of you, but Jean over here, Jeannie Bell, whatever, I'm gonna have to take care of her. Now, my thing would be this: I personally couldn't see myself getting down with it, because I would just be like, yikes. Like, if you come and do some sexual shit to me, then I'd be like, damn, Nick. Oh, I'm not gonna say that, but damn, you over there eating her ass too. You coming over here and kissing up on me, and it would just, you would know that your man is fucking another woman, because he would probably be doing some of the things that maybe she liked. You know, he would be bringing that in the bed with you, and you,
right?
Hold up, Billy. You
didn't. These names are killing me.
You would be sitting there like, you didn't do these things with me. So is that what old girl over there likes? You know, now you're coming over,
right?
And I just think that it opens the door for insecurities, and it's like, you constantly, I feel like, me per se, and I'm not even a jealous type of person, but I think I would be like, in my head, like, oh my gosh, like, am I cooking right? Am I doing the things to am I on the list? Does he love us equally? Or, he did spend that extra day over there last week. Did he not want to? What?
It's just so messy. It does, and you're exactly right. It opens the door to a lot of extra shit that you may not have wanted. Like, you have to know that there are so many stories out there of people who have had threesomes with their man, and their man end up fucking with that bitch without her. Like, he decided to just fuck her on the side, and you're not included. And that happens more than it doesn't happen. Because niggas is just, dudes are just, nasty like that. And bitches is just shady like that. So when you open that door, don't be mad when shit starts to hit the fan, because it's almost guaranteed to happen unless you're in a throuple type of relationship where you know what's up and you're okay with him hitting her while you're at work. Because that's what's happening. Like, if you think that y'all are only fucking together, you're wrong. Even in a throuple situation. That's why it's either you're going to be in that situation and willingly accept man is having sex with this other woman in your house, and you're okay with that. Or you just don't do it. Like, it's just stay away from it, because if you can't be okay with it, then you might as well just not even try it. And I'm not okay with it.
Well, I used to think that it was like a culture thing or a race thing when I saw those type of polygamous relationships. And then some years ago, I saw Brother Polite. Are you familiar with Brother Polite?
No.
All right. I don't really want to go too deep into him, but he's black and he does have multiple wives, and they were at one point even, I think, living together or in the same house, and they would always be together, him and these wives. It wasn't like a separate thing. I think he was like the first black person that I saw having a relationship like that, where I do believe they have their separate whatever, but they were always together, and I was not used to that. I was used to, okay, if you're married to two women, then they don't live together. They don't live down the street or right next door. They're separate. And so in seeing that, it does, it just makes you wonder, like, damn, am I not secure with myself enough? But then I just can't see it. I cannot see someone not having those type of questions or feeling some type of way about it. Maybe not for the second or the third woman that comes into the picture, because they're going into it already knowing what they're getting into. But I just think about the first wife, the first woman that they're with before they bring someone into the relationship. They probably didn't sign up for that. Mm-hmm. They probably didn't go into that relationship thinking like, oh yeah, my man is going to do X, Y, and Z. And, so I'm sure they probably have feelings, but I don't know. I'm down for the three-way if it's where we're out somewhere and somebody catches our eye and okay, we could bring her on into the bedroom and then we leave her,
Oh, wow. And then we leave her.
We hit it and quit it.
I just wouldn't be able to get the visual out of my mind. Like, it would just be staying there. Like, it wouldn't matter if we did it in Vegas and came home to Maryland and, I just wouldn't be able to get over it. Like, I would probably, like, not even deep down, I'd be pissed on the inside and not be able to control it. And that was the demise of marriage, because I wouldn't be able to do it. Just like he feels the same way. And I'm so happy that we're like on the same page, because I just wouldn't be able to handle it emotionally. Like, I'm not that strong. I would be ready to kill a bitch. And, what it is. Like, when you have strong feelings for somebody, sharing is not an option. It's just not.
So you think that these people that do share, they don't have strong feelings for each other?
I think that people that do share do it to please their partner. I don't think anybody, well, maybe a small percentage, but very few people do it out of to do it. I think a lot of people do it to please their partner.
Well, what about the swingers?
Swingers, they probably went into it that way. Like, I don't think that they were and woke up and were like, let's swing. Like, I don't know. That just doesn't seem realistic to me. I think that if you're a swinger, that's something that you've already been into, and you've probably met your swinger partner at a swinger party. Like, I don't like, how else are you supposed to like come to that conclusion that you want to swing? Not many people are going to be open to that unless you've already been open to it.
Well, I do think because, there are people that are clearly doing that. I do think that some things probably happen where they wouldn't have wanted to do it, similar to anal. They tried it, they liked it, and then they just continued to do it, So maybe it wasn't something that they wanted to do at first, or even remotely thought about doing. And then they got with a partner that wanted to do those things, and they were like, oh, this isn't that bad. I actually like sucking dick while taking another one in the
I mean, that's possible. That I can agree with. I think that is possible, that they tried it for their man or whatever and it ended up liking it. That's one thing. I think anybody goes into a relationship wanting to share. Women anyway.
Agreed.
Yeah. So That's where I'm at with it. I'm a stingy bitch and I ain't sharing nobody. So ain't no threesomes over here. But we don't need a lot. I'm all anyone ever needs. So
period.
Period. But that's pretty much all I have. We don't have an Ask V this week. Because this week we were supposed to do our dating game, but one of our contestants dropped out, so we weren't able to get a new contestant for this week. So in search of a female contestant and a male contestant, and a bachelorette on deck, and we have one contestant for them. We just need another contestant for each of them. Once I receive those submissions, I will go ahead and let you guys know, and we will have the dating game show where we will pay for your dinner together once you guys meet. Love Unlocked will take care of that bill. If you're interested in participating in the dating game, please Love Unlocked LLC on Instagram, or you can email me at loveunlocked19@gmail.com. And let me know. Just shoot me a line and say, hey, I want to participate. I want to play, whatever. And that's really all we have this week. So join us next week, and hopefully we will. I think next week is the final episode of season 1. So after that, we're going to be taking a brief interview. When we come back, you guys will be able to see our faces and see all of my crazy ass facial expressions when April Levy talking that crazy shit. It's going to be season 2 is going to be a lot of fun. So just wanted to put you guys on to that. And that is all I have for you guys. Thank you for listening to Love Unlocked Talk. I'm V.
And I'm April Love.
And see you guys.
Bye.